plane that was just revealed a half a second ago. I'm also a senior guy in the fire department. First time I heard of it, and I've been begging for a plane for a long time. So that's not the reason for coming to the RIP. In preparing for layoffs, I'm sure there must have been some type of research, study, preparation done, and so such a plan could be put together. Can I assume that that is correct, or can someone confirm that for me?
Chief Pagan has been directed by us several occasions to come up with a plan. Jack will testify to this.
In preparations for layoffs, Mayor, was there a study done to see what the effects of the reduced staffing would have on our operational efficiency and capabilities?
Shouldn't have any job once we get privatized ambulance in here.
Who knows about all of that? I mean, aside from
we're not working on it.
Even the best case scenario, even when we have the staffing that we have today, we're understaffed according to any nationally recognized standard that exists. However, we have, since the last 10 years, been able to become self-sufficient with the first new engine to establish a water supply, get a hose line in service, keep the fire in check until the so-called cavalry can come and back us up, which, by the way, is getting slower and slower and smaller and smaller. So to reduce our staffing is going to have an impact on our efficiency, our safety level, and how we operate. So again, my question is, what research, what study went into that to study the effects and how it would pan out? But if we're going to come up with a plan, you don't just take a plan and pull it out of your back seat and say, here it is.
Exactly.
There must be some research.
Exactly, John. And that's what we pay you good money for, and that's what we pay the chief good money for.
Again, Mayor, I would be happy to have a degree in fire science inside of 35 years. I've never been asked to sit on one.
The director or whatever, and then he has a private company that comes in. Each time he did it was $1,600. So it's kind of like, using your company and paying it over their table there. That's kind of screwed up too. And the other thing is, real quick, feasibility studies. I see he's doing feasibility studies whatsoever on Freedom Pier, Amtrak, or Town Square. And can you tell me why? Since there's such a big project.
No feasibility studies, what are you talking about?
Feasibility studies to see if they're worthwhile. Like feasibility studies with the order plant, the fire department. Is it like you just kind of shoot your hip up and say, hey, it's a good idea that everybody. But it seems like
it is.
Yeah, that's great job there, dude.
Let me ask you a question.
Whatever you want.
We'll talk to you later.
Trace
Is
Grant.
that a threat?
No, I said I'll talk to you later.
What did Ms. Green say?
Don't say that. Almost said it, but you did say where.
Tracy Graham, 25.
Very careful.
I'm really surprised that you're going for privatization. You know, we've been a fire department here, a paid fire company, and people have always supported that. My thing is, have you looked into regionalizing, being the fact that we already have an existing paid fire company, and looking into maybe having some of these other cities like Audubon or Mountie from join with ours, so we have an existing, and maybe they could pick up some of these funding?
Right, yes, and believe me, that probably is the way of the future. But right now, the governor hasn't really given us the tools to allow some
Most of it.
communities
Oh, I hit a bad switch. I got a lot of it.
So that's making it quite difficult at this particular time.
It just seems to me as a member of this community who's had a paid fire company my entire life. I mean, I was born and raised here. And we've had this because the people supported it and wanted this. It seems to me that that would be the way to go, and that's what we should be looking into. Not looking into privatizing the fire department. There's a lot to be said, and as you get older, as I am. In the last year and a half, the fire department's been fighting yes. 3 times. 2 times my husband almost died. There's a lot to be said when John Driscoll pulls up in a police car and runs into my house. And when Burkhart runs in and says, Mrs. Green, it's okay, I'm here to help you. And right behind them is this crew back here who run in there and say, Mrs. Green, it's okay, we're going to take care of you. And they did. And there's a lot to be said. If you're in my foot, in my place, and you have your husband unconscious on the floor, and these crew are back there helping me. There's a lot to be said to that point, and I think you should do a lot more thinking.
Big bar around, I wasn't going to cause any problems, I didn't think I would much. But that fire alarm, that vehicle you talking about, sat on the lot across the street for 3 days. Nobody went near it, nobody come out. Anytime, and I think I give what the variance is ruling on down there when they put the firehouse up, that back part, which was for the people to come in there and everything. Like I said, this year, 3 times there were riots down there. Just this year. Cops came down, broke it all up, took it away. I sat there. I've been fighting with them over there. I don't know how. There is no firehouse over there anymore. The only thing they got there is baby oak, which they're not licensed for. You say they got firemen down there, I haven't seen them. Anytime they hired out that hall, according to variance, it was supposed to be a police officer or somebody with that status to be in there in case of these problems. It never was done. I also have variances on different things that were done over there. Shouldn't have been done. I've given a copy to the police department out there many times ago. There's something wrong in that area. People allowed to be out here 2 o'clock in the morning. Come out of there half drunk. Now, I don't understand this. I'm not, you guys are doing your thing. You know, it's like, I was even an official one time, going back and forth. But this is a private matter with a small area town, which is not being serviced properly. That's all I can say. And every night, just about every, and even when they do have something, and they got noise all the way up until 12 o'clock at night, which was supposed to stop at 11 o'clock at night. And it's all on radio. Yet nobody seems to know anything about this. And the neighbors, my neighbors, the ones that live there, are sick and tired of what's going on. I didn't want to bring this up now, I wasn't going to bring it up now. But you got to look into what's going on down there. And if my taxes are paying for them lights to be on, for people to walk in there with pieces of ham or something, bring there and have a meal, it's like a, I don't know what you call it, the open house and whoever wants to come in.
John Schmidt, one West Thompson, again for the record. I looked at the numbers, I listened in terms of your salaries. You want to take your health benefits and not give it back to the city, shame. You don't run for money, you run because you want to serve the people of the city. I also find something flawed when here in Gloucester City, 2.2 square mile town, our council people at these health insurance buyouts are making more money than Gloucester Township, 18th largest municipality in the state. I think there's something wrong with that. It doesn't make sense. I want to thank a few council people, and you know who you are, who have intently looked at and listened to every person who came up here. I've seen some of you glancing at laptops, dozing off, or playing with your fingers. Someone comes up here, they have something to say, resident taxpayer, you have an obligation to listen. You are public servants, and you guys, some of you are employees. So to those who did, thank you, you know who you are. And those that didn't, you know who you weren't. I listened to earlier Chief Hagan. It looks like you've asked a lot of Chief Hagan. We used to have a clerk administrator's position. I think we found out what happens when one person gets overloaded with work. Maybe you're overloading your chief. Maybe he can't do everything because you're asking too much. And you want to put the blame on one person. Chief, I think you're doing a great job. Thank you for what you do for the taxpayers of this city. our ambulance is out on a call, someone has a heart attack, it's fine in conscious, our ambulance goes, it's taking care of that person, and there's a fire. We have 2 people in a fire truck. We're gonna be delayed, we're gonna have to wait for Mount Ephraim or Camden or someone else at their visit to come here. How can you fight a fire with 2 people? I don't think you can. You can't. You can't. So we're gonna have a period of while we're waiting for the ambulance to privatize it. And we're putting lives, we could put lives at stake. I don't think it's smart. If you're gonna lay off, that's what you're gonna do. But I think you should wait until you have something put in place. Next thing. I understand, I think Mr. Carney says you've spoken to the 2 major vendors in the area. I don't think Cooper has ever ran an ambulance service before. Do they have an ambulance service currently running? Yes or no? No. Okay. So we're going to sit here, the people of Gloucester City, Camden County, once again, are going to sit here until George is ready. All right? You know what I'm talking about. It's wrong. We elected people who we thought we could trust, and I think I can trust you. I hope I can trust you. But I don't think you're putting the people of Gloucester City first right now. It does not make sense. If you're going to let off it's what you're going to do. But you're going to have a period of time of uncertainty. And what about if the unpredictable happens? Did we ever think we would be bombed on 9/11? Pearl Harbor, did we ever think planes would fly into a building on 9/11? No. Did we ever think the 4th of July fire would happen? No. They're just examples. The unthinkable happens. And to take that risk, I think our generation should learn from previous generations, and we should have security is important. And to this council, to do what they're going to do and be negligent, in my opinion, I'm just glad I'm not on council. If something happens, I'm glad I'm not on council. That's pretty much all I have to say. I want to wish you all a happy holiday. To all your families. I don't agree with what you're doing. And I just asked I don't come to all these meetings right now, but I really got frustrated. When Mr. Morano got up here, everyone was listening. When I saw some of the firefighters get up here, people were looking away. You might not like it. Fine. They live here, they're residents. They pay some of your salaries. And that's just bad treatment. Bad treatment. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay? Thank you.
How about we tell the truth to citizens of what really happened with the contract? You guys wouldn't give them